Pavan Rajaram. So this is the day where we are planning to have 2 days online workshop on LaTeX. And I need to introduce about the speaker. Today's speaker is a very good student of mine. So he did his MSc Applied Mathematics, Mathematics and Scientific Computing in the year 2019 to 2021. And he was very good student. And in fact, I was teaching that time optimization techniques for mathematics and scientific computing for a change. And it happens to be a Corona. In 2020, after 3 months of teaching, it was altogether Corona lockdown started, I think.
Yes, yes.
But anyhow, in the 3 months, I observed Pavan Rajaram. He happens to be a very attentive student. In fact, before mid-semester examination, I have to say this. Before mid-semester examination, several days he was absent because of some illness. But after coming back, he immediately recuperated. I mean, he was able to recollect all the notes and very sincerely he has done things. And mid-semester, I mean, to my surprise, he scored really very good marks in the mid-semester examination before lockdown. So it was a surprise. And then moreover, after coming back from hospitalization, he was very regular, and the way in which he asked the questions, the way in which he tried to construct some alternative methods for optimization algorithms, it was very nice. So I sensed that time itself, this person is somewhat different person, different student who is capable of doing a very good independent research in pure mathematics. So that's what I sensed, and my sense was not gone wrong. And in fact, he has applied for several institutes for PhD. In fact, he got, I guess, IIT Kanpur, he got PhD. Then IIT Madras, he got. Then IIT Delhi also, I think almost he got it, I guess. So normally students will find it difficult to get one institute, but he got two, three institutes where does not know where to join. Such a kind of, he was given some options. So that's what I was feeling that particular time. And he got the Prime Minister Research Fellowship also, which is a prestigious and famous award. Okay, for a research fellowship with a very good stipend as well as uh, other allowances. So for that, he has joined IIT Madras and he is working under Professor Shivakumar sir, and he is very good researcher. That's what I should say, and he is a good motivator also for your students. So I actually immediately when he proposed this workshop, I was in fact happy because our scholars and our MSc students should get benefit out of this, and moreover, our MSc students also can get some kind of career advice from him, and our PhD scholars also can get some kind of career advice from him. So with all these motivations and intentions, in fact, I talked with HOD, Professor Banerjee Babu. He also accepted this proposal, and today we have got into that meet. Okay, so I hand over this session to Pavan Rajaram for takeover. He will be with you for these 2 days. And I request all the students, MSc students as well as PhD scholars, those are in the beginning stage, especially. This workshop aims to provide how to do mathematical documentation, whether you write dissertations or project reports or research papers or PowerPoint presentations. All these things can be done very efficiently in LaTeX. So that is what you are going to get from Mr. Pavan Kumar in these 2 days, right? So I encourage all of you not to miss any of the session. And till the end, I want you all of you to attend this and get benefited from him. Okay, and I wish a great learning experience in these 2 days. Thank you, Pavan. I'm handing over this to you. Please take care.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for introduction and such kind words. So even I mean, as much as sir said, but for every journey you need an initial push, which is very important. And in my journey, that initial push was from Selvaraj sir. As you know, being a scientific computing student, it's always in your mind you will struggle whether you will go for placements or you will go for higher studies. So at that time, that I was also in the struggle for a long time, and then I went to Selvaraj sir for the advice, and after his all years of experience, he gave me that push, and he told me that okay, you can do. There is no trouble or difficulty you will face even after you do scientific computing. And then here now I am doing my PhD in pure mathematics in IIT Madras. So thank you so much, sir, for the push that you gave. Okay, so now I welcome you all for this 2 days workshop for the introduction to LaTeX. And in these 2 days, we'll be learning 2 or 3 types of documents in LaTeX. Basically, first is the article in which you write research papers or any kind of short research articles. And second is Beamer, where you give presentations. And third is thesis. So there's a different format when you all master students or PhD students needs to write thesis, but which has a specific format. So we'll be learning these three. Alongside, we'll be learning so many packages which are used in LaTeX to draw different tables, graphs, plots, some graphics. So yeah, so this is the overall idea about 2 days. And I'm planning in the second day, that is tomorrow, I will be um, kind of organizing a guidance session, both for higher studies as well as those for those who wants to go for placements and jobs. So there are alumnus from even NIT Warangal and some of my other friends who are now placed in some good industries, and they are doing fine in their job. Also, there are people who are doing nice research abroad. So you can get guidance from all of those. I will try to arrange a session tomorrow, and I'll try to include all the others that will guide you nicely. Okay, so first of all, just let me confirm once if everything is fine. The system audio is clear and video is fine.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So my screen is visible to all. Okay, thank you. So someone's mic is on, I guess. Yeah. Yes. So LaTeX is basically a typesetting language, but to run LaTeX, you always need some kind of editor. And there are online editors, offline editors, but I will prefer Overleaf. This is an online editor. You can quickly adapt to this. You start on search on internet how to sign in on Overleaf, and you just enter your email address, make a password, and sign in, and done. You are in Overleaf. Now this will be the interface, the website interface, and I hope most of you know how this works. So whenever you create a new project, you just now go to the new project, and as you can see, there are plenty of options here: blank project, example project, upload project, and so on. There are templates available for academic journals, book, formal letter, poster, presentation, thesis, and all everything, resume, right? So this is a good feature. So, but now we will start everything from blank. So we'll make a blank project, and let's say we'll name the project like workshop on LaTeX. Right. So I think I should unpin my video so that you can see the screen. Yeah. Yes. So I hope you can see everything on the screen. So this is a general layout of this Overleaf app, Overleaf website. So there are, as you can see, there are two kind of kind of a break in the screen. Right side you have a PDF, left side you have something code written, right? So the left side you will write all of your code, and the right side it will compile, right? So this Overleaf, this is not something like Word where you what you type you will see, right? What you type you will see. It's not the same here. Here you type some code here in the left side, and then you compile, and then the code will then the Overleaf will produce a code out of it in the form of a PDF, right? So this is more like a HTML or Python and all the programming languages that you use, right? So it's there are, as you can see, there is some stuff already written in the coding part. So there are something basic default settings that the Overleaf already gives you. For example, it starts with document class article, right? So as I mentioned, there are different types of document classes. One of these is article, beamer, thesis. There are some plenty more. So whenever you want to change the article or change the document class something else, you just plug in here. For example, in place of article, if I want to now make a beamer presentation, I'll just write beamer here, and then so this is how where you compile the document, recompile. It should give me a PPT kind of thing. Yeah, it's a first slide of a presentation. So something like this. If I change here to thesis, it will give the first page of a thesis format, right? So I'll stick to the article for today. And for compiling, this is the tab. So now after the document class, you can see there is a use package graphics. Okay, this is not necessary at the moment, but it defaultly enters the package graphics here. This will be needed to inserting images and all. And then there's a title, author, and date. Okay, this will be displayed here, as you can see. You can change the title, so workshop on LaTeX. I should, yeah, this is fine. And then there is author. I can write my name. And this is date. Basically, it just shows month. So you can put today's date, or what you can do is there is a feature here so that now if I put today's date and if I again do the coding tomorrow, it should show the tomorrow's date, right? So it should keep updating the dates. So there you should just write /today. And now if you recompile, it will show you April 27, 2024. So if you do it tomorrow, it will show you April 28, 2024. So it's
Pavan,
yeah,
excuse me, sorry to interrupt.
yeah.
Are you recording this?
Yes, sir.
Are you recording it?
Yes, yes.
Fine, fine, fine.
Yeah, I am recording it.
Okay.
So let me check once. Yeah. Yeah. So here now you can add date by today. This is in fact a choice thing, like because sometimes you don't want to update it because you want to know like when is the last document updated. But as soon as you compile it again on to the other day, it will show up the next day. So I mean it's a choice thing if you want to make it /today or something else. So then this is where all of your code will lie from begin document to end document. Everything that you write, um, theorems, anything, everything will be inside of this. And whatever lies above the begin document is called as preamble. Okay, so this is preamble, and inside you make code, right? So the all the packages, titles, and everything will go to preamble, and what the code it goes in begin document, end document. Okay, so let's just type anything. So by default, it also gives me a first section, which is introduction. So let's try to write something here. Hello all, welcome to the LaTeX workshop. So basically, this is pronounced as tech. It's not. I mean, generally, it's a mistake that if we say latex, it's not. It's wrong. It's pronounced as latex in American English, or I mean, in German sense, you pronounce it as latex. Okay. Yeah. So if I now recompile, yes. Dipesh Kumar, can you turn off your audio mic? Okay. So now we'll make another. Let's say now section is anyway created. So what I want to write is I want to separate a document in day 1 and day 2. Right. So I'll make another. Let's say section day 1. Right. Now since it is a section and everything else which follows will be a kind of subsection. Right. You can think of day 1. There are the sections. Right. So hence everything that will come up in day 1, I'll write it as subsection. Right, so now if I compile it, I will get day 1 as numbered 1, and then what's following are 1.1, 1.2 and all, right? So it follows the numbering. So now the first section is not, yeah, I mean, okay, fine, I'll keep introduction. Then I'll make another subsection saying text formatting. Right? So this is a very short font formattings we'll do. So this is a standard font that the overleaf use. There are several kinds of fonts, but unnecessary. I mean, if you want, you can just search for different fonts in overleaf, and you will get plenty of syntaxes for different kinds of font. So what are needed are basically, let's say if you want to bold something in a sentence, right? So this is, I want to write bold in bold, right? So the text syntax here is /text bf. It will give you. So this is a form. This is a syntax for any kind of commands. Here you put a slash, backslash, and then you put the command here /text bf. Okay, so it will bold what you would write inside of this parenthesis, this brackets. So I write here bold, and then if I recompile, you can see the text. I'll make it big. Yeah, I hope you can see it now. Yeah. So as you can see now, the bold word now, it it became bold basically. This is one thing. And now if you might want to make something italics. So for that you have, this is /text 8. Inside you write whatever you want to write, italics. This is italics. Okay. So there are different. There is another comment for italics also. One can also write /env. Okay, in /env, if you write, you can also write italics. The same thing, italics. The good feature about this env is it is an involution. Okay, so like if I write env inside env, it will give you the standard text. For example, this is italics, but not this. /env. Okay, another feature of this overleaf is you don't have to go all the way to recompile every time. You just click here and do auto compile on. So after every 10 or 15 seconds, it will compile the PDF. So as you can see here, I'll make a full stop. This is bold, then this is italics. One can also write everything in this line is italics except for this, right? So This is the involution property of m. So you can, if you do it 2 times, you will get the normal text. Okay. So I want to separate these things. This is in one line. In Word, you expect if you press enter, you will go one in a new line, right? But this is not how Overleaf handles it. You have to tell the compiler that okay, here make a new line, right? So something like a command new line. If I enter new line command, let's see what happens. So yeah, this gave me a new line here, right? There are different commands you can use double slash also, but the in standard coding sense you shouldn't do the double line because it will create some kinds of errors in a long run. In short document it won't create, but in long run it will create some kind of overhaul badness something. So let's stick to slash new line. This is about line, but you can also do it in another way. Like for example, if I press enter 2 times and then write something, this is a new line. So you can see now a new line came up, but not just a new line, it kind of indented at right? So this is a new paragraph, not a new line, right? If you want a new paragraph, you just press enter 2 times, you will get a new paragraph. And if you want a line, you just use a new line. Yeah. So now the second thing is quotes. If you want to make something in quotes, just use new line. So then there is a quote symbol on keyboard, right? You see this kind of symbol. But if I write something here, let's say the only way to learn mathematics is by doing. Anybody know whose quote is this? Yes, anybody among the participants? Basically, this is a quote by a very famous mathematician, Paul Halmos. Yeah, but now if I compile it, you can see there is some problem, right? There is, this is, what is this doing? This is in backwards other direction, right? This kind of a code should be there at the right hand side, right? But in the right hand side, you are correct. This is the right code, but in the left hand side, it is giving a problem, right? So for this, you shouldn't use the quotation mark on the keyboard, but whereas at the very left, just below the escape button, there's another button. I don't know if you can see this button. This button. This button will give you the right quotation mark. I'll write the same thing again. Blah blah blah. Copy, paste. Yes. So yeah, I should put new line. And now you can see this is a nicely formatted codes, right? Right. Okay. So now this is just a short introduction about text formatting. Now let's make another section. Let's write some maths, right? This is the most important reason we'll use overleaf. Okay, so what do you want to write? Let's write a very basic formula. Let's begin with Euler's formula. What is the Euler's formula? Now you know e raised to I pi plus 1 is 0, right? This is a famous formula by Euler. So you expect, right? You write e, and then there is a this kind of arrow symbol, this kind of arrow symbol on the keyboard. This is an exponential button. Then you write I, and then you write pi, something like this, plus 1 equal to 0. But everything is wrong in this setup. First thing you should remember is whenever you want to write something maths, you should write it in maths environment, right? There are different kinds of maths environment, but when you write inline maths, you should use single dollar symbol at the start and single dollar symbol at the end. So then the compiler will know whatever is inside is a math, right? Is a math environment. So if you now see the output, it is not how I want it. It is e raised to I and then just pi written, and then plus 1 equals to 0. So pi is a Greek symbol, right? For these, you cannot just write pi, you have to use again slash pi. It will give you now a nicely written pi. Yeah, but it is not in the exponent of e, right? So whenever you write something in the exponent or you write something as a subscript and there are more than one thing there, you always remember to give squiggly brackets here at the start and here at the end. So this way you get e raised to I pi. Right. Now as you can see, my Euler's formula is nicely written. E raised to I pi plus 1 equals to 0. Okay. So now let's write something else. I'll make a new line. Okay, so let's write. So another way of writing, not way, I mean another maths environment is if you want to write in the middle. Let's say you have a big formula and you don't want to write it inline with words. You just make double dollar sign. So inside double dollar sign, if you write something, let's say 1 plus I don't know x, something like this. And if you recompile, as you can see, the maths expression came as a separate line, right, in a maths environment. So this is a double dollar symbol. So let's write something. 1 plus, now I want to write 1 plus 1 by n, right? So to write a fraction, you have syntax frac /frac 1 by n. So I'll get 1 plus 1 by n. So let's do an exponent to this. 1 plus 1 by n raised to n. Right? And now you see something familiar. If I write /lim is for okay, lim is for limits. Okay, and slash limit, I'll go limit as n /2 /infinity of this. As you can see now, it gave me a limit. At the bottom it is written n goes to infinity of 1 plus 1 by n power n. Now everybody know what this is. This is basically equals to e. Right? But there is some badness in the styling, right? You can see the 1 by n is kind of big and the brackets are small, right? You don't want such a thing. So whenever you want to resize the brackets, the brackets within a text, within a maths environment, you use /left at the start of the first bracket and /right at the start of the last bracket. Right? And then if you compile, now let's say see the compiler now automatically adjusted the brackets according to the size within. So limit as 1 plus 1 by n power n is e. Okay, so one can also write another expression for e. Let's say e is equals to, so we know it is also limit of n upon nth root of n factorial, right? So how should we write this? First of all, let's write lim. So whenever, see, one thing here, the limit, the n goes to infinity came at the bottom, right, of the limit. So why it came? I use the underscore symbol, as you can see here. So this is the symbol underscore. This symbol is for writing something as a subscript. And then I wrote n goes to infinity in the squiggly brackets, right? So n slash 2 is the symbol for arrow, and then slash infty is for infinity symbol. Right? So these are the syntaxes you just have to memorize, or I mean, when you do it for 2-3 times, you will get automatically memorized. So limit as n goes to infinity in the bracket the whole expression. So same thing here I'll write now, limit as n goes to infinity. I want to write in fraction n upon nth root of n factorial, right? So first thing is n, and how to write nth root. So let it give you the symbol sqrt is a symbol for square root. Basically, if I just let's say write n factorial here, what do I get? Yeah, you can see limit as n goes to infinity n upon, this is square root of n factorial, but this is not what you want, right? Basically, you want nth root. So any command has an optional brackets which are square brackets. So in the front of slash frac, you give a square brackets and then you put n. So this will give you, there's a problem. So, oh, sorry, not frag, no. I want this to in front of square root. Yeah. This is a mistake. You need to be careful. In front of square root, you want n. Yeah. So then this will give you nth root. Yeah, hopefully, yes. So as you can see now, it came e equals to limit as n goes to infinity n upon nth root of n factorial. Right. Yes. So next thing, let's write some other formula. Let's say how about Cauchy integral formula? So Cauchy integral formula. Again in double dollar sign, it's a maths environment, so I'll prefer this kind of styling. Okay, so Cauchy integral formula, I'm not writing the whole setup that f is a analytic function, and then blah blah, c is a contour clockwise integrable. Sorry, I mean, smooth contour, something like this. I don't remember. So I want to write the whole formula, which is nth derivative you can calculate at point z on the contour c by some formula which is f. I want to write exponent nth derivative at point z equals to so yeah, you see there's a problem here. As you can see, only the first bracket came in the exponent, nothing else, because I did not use the squiggly brackets. Yes. Then I'll write frac. I want n factorial divided by 2 pi I, right? 2 slash pi then I. So here I getting slowly fnth derivative of z is n factorial 2 pi I. Then I want the integral symbol. So the syntax for integral symbol is just int. You use int, you get integral symbol, and in the suffixed in the subscript I wrote c. Now again I want to make fraction. First one, let's say f of w, and then I should divide by z minus w to the power of n plus 1, I suppose. Yeah, plus 1, and then dw. So let's say if everything is right. Yes, so this is the famous Cauchy integral formula. Nth derivative at point z is n factorial upon 2 pi I times integral over c f evaluated at w upon z minus w raised to n plus 1 dw. So this is how you write big formulas. Okay, there are certain now some other thing. So here the integral symbol is now introduced. The next thing we'll write, let's say Green's theorem or something. Green's theorem for line integrals. Green's theorem is okay. What is LDX? I mean, if the basic setup is there, you can see the L I cap plus mj cap is a vector in some field and something like this. So now directly I'll write the integral So basically I want the line integral of L dx plus M dy, right, equals to something. So if I do the int over, let's say, C of L dx plus M dy equals to, right? So yeah, you can see here it came L dx plus L dy. Even here you can observe some mathematical mistake, because in Green's theorem, whenever you do the line integral, there should be an O symbol in integral, right? This is just the integral, but there's a different symbol for line integral, right? O int. So for this, you use the syntax O int. Okay. O int gives you a nice line integral symbol, as you can see here now. So O int L dx plus M dy. This is by Green's theorem, this is same as the double integral of something in the region, right? So how do you write double integral, right? So the command is int. So I int is for one integral. If you put 2 times, you get 2 integral symbols. If you take 3 times, 3 integral symbols. That's all. But there is a problem. See, this is the beauty of this overleaf. Whenever you write something, the compiler will give you options which are same, kind of starts with the same letters, and then it will also show you what it will output. In this case, it is showing it will output a double integral operator, right? So that's pretty cool. Now this double int, I'll write D. D will be the region inside the curve, and then inside bracket. So there is gonna be dabba m by dabba x minus dabba n by dabba y, right? But you know that will be long, right? Because it's fraction. So I'll directly use left here at the start, and then I'll use right, so that the brackets will be adjusted. Now first thing I want to write is dabba m by dabba x, right? So it's a fraction, so I'll use the frac again, and the first thing will be dabba m. So how do you write this dabba? Command for this dabba is partial of m, and then at the bottom you write slash partial of x. Let's see now what it will show. There's some error. What is the error? Yeah, okay. So yeah, it will show the error is use package AMS math missing. So this double integral symbol, this is not there in the package which is already there, right? There is no math package as of now. So you have to now include different packages according to your needs. Right now I need AMS math, so I'll write use package AMS math. Right? So as soon as I included the package, I have errors are gone. Here you generally see errors. Now there is no error, and the Green's theorem is nicely shown. Integral over C LD. Okay, I should write something. Dabba m by dabba x minus again frac slash partial dabba n by dabba y slash partial y, and some dx dy, something like this, right? Yes. So basically you can also write other integral symbols, and there are so many mathematical symbols available in AMS math. For example, I want to write like 4 times integral, so I'll just write 4 times int. That's all. This will give me, as you can see, 4 times integral, right? Then there are certain aspects which are useful in linear algebra, which are vectors. So how do you write a vector? You just use slash vec, then let's say v. It will show me the v bar, as you can see. And let's say I want to make a dot product. I'll just write c dot. It will give a middle dot, and then I'll write another vector w. So it will, yeah, as you can see, it gave v bar dot w bar. It's a dot product of 2 vectors v and w, right? So these are basically symbols you can use, right? So we wrote some random formulae. But as you can see, this text doesn't look good. All the formulas are just splitted. There is no alignment. There is no no organization as of now, right? So now what we'll do is we will kind of make some organized structure. So we'll now use /begin enumerate. So what this will do is this will enumerate the different topics that you want to write. For example, let's say I write here Euler's formula, Euler's formula, and then I will copy this formula from here. Then I'll paste it here. Right? So now you can see this one numbered item is Euler's formula, and the formula is given right in front, right? So now I'll make another item. So then I'll write let's say expression for E, right? Expressions for E. So now, as you know, there are 2 to 3 expressions that we already wrote, right? 2 expressions we wrote, 1 plus 1 by n power n, and then this. There is another in summation, 1 by n factorial. So again, you need kind of bullets, right? What you do is this begin enumerate, and there is another one called begin itemize or begin enumerate. Again, you can nest in between, right? There are nested environments, they are called. So here what I'll do is I'll again start another environment, begin, let's say itemize. This is another environment which will give you bullets instead of numbers. So the first one I'll write the expression for E is this. So now I don't use these double brackets because it will give me another line. I don't want another line. I'll just copy. But remember, it has to be in at least single dollar symbol. Okay, so my first expression is ready. Expression for E. First one, E equals to limit as n goes to infinity n upon nth root of n factorial. Another one is limit of this one. Control X. Okay, I'll just remove this. Right. Yes, now you can see, okay, the E should be at the front. E equals, yes. So yeah, you can see now there are 2 expressions for E as of now. So the third one also we can write as the famous one, the E equals to, now you want to write it as sum of 1 by n factorial n going from 0 to infinity, right? So how do you write this? The syntax is that you write /sum. In the subscript, you want to write n equals to 0, and the superscript you want to write infinity, right? For that you need the asterisk, the upright arrow /infty, right? So this will give you a nice summation kind of sign with n at the bottom and infinity at the top. Yeah, and then what you want to write is 1 by n factorial, right? /frag 1 upon n factorial. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, summation and going from 0 to infinity, right? Perfect. Okay, so these are 3 expressions for E, and yeah, what else now? You can make the same everything now for, I'll go out of this itemize, and then I'll write another item for the Cauchy integral formula, let's say. So I'll just write Cauchy integral formula as it is. I'll remove these Euler things. I'll cut. Then I'll paste it in this item. Yes. So third expression is for Cauchy integral formula. You can see this is the formula. And then similarly, I'll do one more time. The last one, Green's theorem. I'll cut this. Then paste it here. Double, yes. Yeah. So then these symbols are fine. I don't need those. I'll just remove this words and double integral vector symbol. Yes. So everything is clear, right, as of now? Yes, Hina? Yeah, someone, yeah. Tell me.
Ah, as in the limit word that and tending to infinity shifted from that below to right hand side.
Yes, 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 yes.
Is it possible to write matlab, below that word limit?
Yeah, I remember it was written below when I wrote directly in as maths
Ah,
mode.
if you use that separate line,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it is below, but now it's shifted towards right.
Yeah, the thing is there's a difference in the environment. Whenever you write something in line, it will shift to the right because you want the text to be in one line, right? So you see this is just $1 symbols, right? When you write something within $1 symbol, it will write in this format because the compiler understands it to write in one line. If you want a proper mathematical symbol, you should write in double dollar symbols. Then it will give you the it will consume more space, right? For example,
But if we use double dollar symbol, then matlab, it will use the another separate line, na?
yes, in one line
If
you cannot
if
write.
I want to write, okay, means this is that
Yeah,
format only.
yeah. This is the format. When you want to write in one line, this is the format.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe there are some special packages which will allow you. As of now, I'm not aware of those. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, this is the basically difference between one line maths environment and the whole double dollar maths environment. Okay, as you can also see, this Cauchy integral formula became very kind of short, right? It will adjust everything so that it will go in one line. The compiler is smart. Okay, now the next topic we'll start is packages and different kinds of environments. So even now we have used a package AMS Math, right? So there are like AMS Math, there are plenty of different packages. So I'll just make a section, not section, subsection. Uh, Subsection saying packages and environments. Okay, I received a message saying, okay, display style. There is some command which is display style. I think that should work. I'm not aware. If okay, you can turn on the mic and let's say maybe this is a workshop we can all learn. So display style is some kind of command which will allow you to write in inline mode. Okay, as you expected, Hina. So Preeti, can you turn on your mic and then tell everyone how that works in display style? Uh, it's okay. Maybe you can Google it. No problem. You go to the workshop. Yeah. Yeah.
Just normally put the command of display style, then it will come, I guess.
Okay. So in front, what is happening? Yeah. So in front of this symbol, right? You want to say
Like, yeah, you
this?
have put limit, right? No, no, not this one.
Okay, in front of limit you
Yeah,
say, huh?
there you can put slash display style. I
This
think it should work.
display style, and then in the squiggly bracket it should be there, right? Everything. or no?
Yeah, I think no. I think yeah, space you can put.
Let's see. Ah, perfect, perfect. Okay. Yeah, this
Yeah,
answers.
so
Yeah.
it will work.
So now everything is in your
Similarly, for summation also, where you have
right,
put
right, right.
sum also, there also you can put the same thing. Then it will work.
Perfect, perfect. Even I'll put maybe in everywhere. Okay. So if I put at the start, let's say display style, and then yeah, okay. This will again give me the bigger symbol. And then again, if I do here display style, right? How about if I do this for Cauchy integral formula? Let's say I'll do it here. Slash display style. Okay, so now it kind of went away from one line to two lines. Right? It took more space. Okay, I don't want that.
Also, the summation, if you will see, it's different from the previous one.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is
So
exactly the yeah.
so
You can see
basically,
that.
what this display style will do is this will not consider it as an inline argument. It will consider it as a maths environment. The whole begin math environment. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, so whatever you prefer, you can write it as one line, or you can write using display style. You write the whole maths thing. Okay. So now we'll go back to packages. Right. Yeah. So many of the research scholars, or now the prospective research scholars, will try to go in kind of programming area, right? I mean, in mathematics, not placement, but in research for which uses a lot of heavy programming, coding, right? So in your research documents, you will want to write codes. It will display code, not execute codes. Also, in overleaf, some articles will be there where you want to display the code, but you don't want to perform the code. But here, if I directly write, let's say text BF, but so it won't display text BF, but it will show whatever it is, some text, right? So how can I display this code and not the output, right? So there you will need an environment called verbatim. So if you know the meaning of this word, you'll understand this meaning. This means just as it is. So I'll just cut paste this, and if I paste it here, let's say if it work. Yes. So you see, whatever you write in this environment will be shown as it is, right? So you can give irregular. Just a minute. Yeah. So you can give irregular spacings and write something. It will accept everything. In the general LaTeX commands, it won't accept the irregular spacing. The after one space, everything that will come up, it will consider as a white space, so it won't accept. But here you can write anything. If you press enter and write this is new line, it will show up as a new line. So everything that will work in Word documents, that similar thing will work in a verbatim environment. Okay. So now we'll start with different environments. The environment structure in this LaTeX is this is one kind of environment. Begin some environment type and then end some environment type, the same. So here the first environment I have used is verbatim. So another, let's say I'll use an environment called center. So what this will do is this will shift the text that I will write inside in the center. Right? Not just text, anything that I will write, it will shift it to the center. Okay. So what I should write, let's say this is centered. Yeah, so this is a text and it is now centered. Then another environment is similarly huge. Let's say this is huge. And basically you can do the nesting also. You begin center and then you begin huge and then you write this is, let's say, centered, huge, right? Something like this. So you can do the nesting of different kinds of environments. Right? Now there are math environments that you want to use. See, this dollar symbols are one kind of a math environment, but there are specific there are more specific math environments. The first one is, let's say, begin equation. Right? So if I want to write something in equation format, this is the environment. Begin equation, I'll write the same Euler's formula, let's say, e raised to I pi plus 1 equals to 0. Right? So now you see, if I write this, it automatically showed the expression in the middle as how it will show for double dollar symbol, and it gave one number to the equation, right? Yeah. So this is an equation environment where you can give numbers, but you cannot write something, down this equation. I mean, in the same environment. This is just a one-line stuff. If you want to write a bunch of mathematics, okay, my battery is low. Okay, maybe after some time the video will stop, but yeah, if you want to write a bunch of mathematics, let's say, but the equation document won't work, right? So there you use begin align. Okay, in begin align you can write some bunch of equation. For example, we wrote the expression for E, let's say slash lim, then n slash 2 and infinity, and then what was it? We wrote slash left. Okay, 1 plus slash frac 1 by n, then slash right bracket close raised to n. I could have copied pasted it directly, but yeah. Yeah, so this is one thing. Now if I want to write something just below this, I'll just make a double slash. You can use new line. Then it will go just the below line. Next line I'll write equal to. Another way of writing this, as I already typed above. Where is it? E equals to, yeah, this one. So I won't use the display style now because it's already in the maths environment, double maths environment. So yes. If I copy and paste, let's see what will happen. Yeah, so yeah, now you can see these are two mathematical statements, one after the other. Both have given number, but not a good styling. As you can see, equation, the equality is at some end, and then the equality of the next bottom line is at some other end, right? Both are aligned at the same point. I mean, both will end at the same point, but that's not what you want, right? You want the equation to be aligned, right? Now we'll use now this is the main feature of the align environment, where you can align the stuff. So how do you align is, wherever you want, the everything which will follow should align at this point, you put an ampersand there. So here, for example, at the place of E equals to something, here I'll write E and equals to, right? So now the compiler know that whenever and will come up, it will shift everything to that point. So I'll put another and here, and then if I recompile, yes, now you can see nicely this equation symbols are aligned. You can use one more. We'll say now that where it was, E equals to something, yeah, slash sum. So I'll put and equals to this. Right. So all of these three are numbered and properly aligned, right? Okay. So the alignment is one thing, but everything is numbered, right? Sometimes it's not what you want. You don't want everything to be numbered. So whenever this is a general syntax for this LaTeX. Whenever you want something non-numbered, you just put an asterisk above it. So here the example thing is align star. So whatever you write in the align star will be same as of align but unnumbered, not numbered basically. Yeah, now you can see that they are the same output, but first one had 3 numbers, the next 3 doesn't have any number, right? Now let's say in some align here, I just wanted number for first and not for other two. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just go to the second line and then I'll write no number, and then here also let's say I'll write no number. Now it will cancel out the numbers for the second and third one. Okay, this is another feature of align. But sometimes what you want, you write an expression which involves let's say two or three lines, and you want the whole expression to give one number, right? So you can do this in equation environment, and you have to use split basically. So let's say I'll write begin equation. I have to again make another environment called split. And here if you write something, let's say these two expressions I'll write e equals to something and this. Copy, paste. I should remove this no number. Now if I recompile, yeah, so this is a nice equation of two lines, and then I have a one number for this expression. Okay. Yeah. So these are labeling. These are basically. This will automatically give numbers, but when you want to refer back to those numbers, how would you? Right. So for that, you use the command called label. For example, let's say this first equation. Right? I want to refer this equation in some other document. So what I'll use is, in some other position in this art document. So I'll use /label, and in the squiggly bracket you write the name that you want to refer to this, right? So for example, I'll write here as Euler's formula. This is a good practice to write a proper well-defined labels instead of just something random 1 2 3. So now if I want to refer back to that equation, I'll say, let's say equation, I want to write here like equation 1 will represent, right? For example, so then I will give /reference. So automatically the references will appear. Euler's formula is formula, something like this. Yeah. So as you can see here, this will show equation 1 is Euler's formula, right? But equations are good in square brackets here and there. So instead of manually writing square brackets every time, there is a separate command for it. You just write EQREF. Okay. Yeah. So this is a special command for equation referencing. Okay. So in this way, you can add label to any point, and you can refer it back. So, but yeah, in this PDF now, see, there is only shown that equation 1. There is something additionally what you can do is you can give links to those numbers. Okay. So that whenever I click on this 1 here, it should automatically direct me to the equation number 1, right? So, and how would I do this? I will go and I have to include a package. Package hyperref. So this is a package hyperref. Yeah. So with this, something problem. Equation package environment is what? there is some error maybe. Okay, let's see. Hyperref where things equals to true. Separation. This should not happen. If I just refer, is there any package missing? Used hyperref. I don't know what is causing this error. Does anyone have any idea why this error is coming? This packages and environments. Let's say I'll remove this. If I want to okay, this works, but not the equation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is this error, but I'll look into it and maybe say in the afternoon session. There is some error the package is giving. The hyperref warning suppressing link with empty target on input 83. How is this an empty target? Where did I give number? This begin equation. Sometimes you need a package. Okay, I don't know. Basically, I'll remove this hyperref now. some problem. I'll see what the error is and then I'll rectify next time. I mean, in the afternoon session. Okay, so these are equation referencing. You label something to this equation that you want to refer again. Label, for example, I wrote here 1, which is not a good thing. I'll just write again. And you write the same label whenever you are referring. Then it will refer back to your original equation. Okay. Is Euler's formula. So, yeah. I don't know, I have no idea why this error is happening, because all the time we do the same. You do the equation formula and use the package hyperref. I'm sorry. Color. I don't have colors in what. No. Okay, I'll see this letter in the break and then I'll let you know in the afternoon. Okay, so now let's go for the another basic thing, which are matrices. How do you write matrices in a text? Right? So now we have learned how to write some maths formulas in environments, and some text. Some environments begin, center, huge, align. There are now different environments that we will see: theorem, corollary, and all those environments. Before that, I just want to write matrices environment. So for this, first thing is you need to write this in the math environment, which is double dollar or align anything, and then you want to say A equals to, I want to write now a matrix, so I'll use slash B matrix. Okay, slash begin B matrix. There are different kinds of matrices: B matrix, P small matrix. Okay, so here you see there is a weird notation it gave. A equals to different kinds of brackets, but as soon as you write something, it will clear up. So here you write in rows. For example, I write 1, and then I want to jump to the next column. Sorry, not rows. Next column, I will put an ampersand symbol, go to second column, ampersand symbol, again I write 11 in the third column. So here you can see the output 1 to 11 came as one row of vector. Now if I want to go to another row, I'll put a double slash and go to the next row and write, let's say, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so here you get a matrix of size 2 by 3, right? Again, if I do this and go right, let's say 2 and 1 and something like -1, I get again a matrix. Okay, this is the syntax for matrix, and if you want to mention what size this is, remember it should be mentioned after the environment. So /begin matrix /end matrix, here you put a subscript and you want to write, this is a 3 cross 3, so 3, and for a cross you write /times 3, but this should be in yeah, this is already in math environment, so fine. So now this is a matrix A, you can see in terms of the matrix with the size 3 cross 3. Okay, so you can nest also, you can do the nested matrices. Sometimes whenever you are working in data analysis and all, you get random data, right? And you want to make an array out of the random data, and the data itself is matrices, right? So that also you can do. You just give again a math environment. You write A equals to, then you begin your matrix, begin B matrix. Now in each cell, you think of whatever you want to write. Now in each cell I want to write a matrix, right? So in the first cell I will write again, I write a small matrix now, P matrix, and then I will put, let's say, 1 and 2 and 3, and then -1 and 2 and something like -2. So this is a 2 by 3 matrix. This is my first cell, of this whole big matrix. Now I'll put an ampersand here, and then I'll go for a new matrix /begin P matrix, and then I'll write again something -1 and 0 and 0, and now it can be of any size, right? So I'll just write it as a 2 by 2 matrix. So 1 and 1, and close it. So now I'll go to second row. So the whole big matrix is now, let's say, 2 by 2, which consists of different matrices in each entry, right? So in the 821 entry of the matrix A, I'll write the matrix. It's a 3 by 2 matrix I want to write. So 1 and 2, then -1 and 1, then 0 and 100. So this is my 821 entry, and then I'll put an ampersand again, and I'll write /begin, or I can write just a number here, so no problem. Yes. So now you can see this is a weird matrix. Instead of writing a number, since I'm anyway doing this matrix thing, I'll maintain the consistency. P matrix and a number. Right. So as you can see, this is a whole matrix, big matrix of size 2 by 2. Basically, it's /2 times 2, but it consists of matrices of different sizes. For example, the first one is 2 by 3, and then the second one is 2 times 2, then this is 3 times 2, 3 by 2. The last one is just 1 cross 1. Okay. So this environment is very friendly. You can nest in any kind of different environments in one environment. So let's type another expression. So now I'll make the expression in, let's say, begin align star. See, as a coder, you should also take care of a compiler, so that it won't take much load. So there are controversies, but different programmers will say that using the stubble dollar symbols is not a good practice. It will make the compiler work hard, so that after some time, maybe in a long, very long document, it kind of will give some errors, or it will become slow. Some problem will be there. So whenever possible, you write begin align star, or something like math environment you should use. You want to write an equation, you use an equation, you use the equation environment, and if you don't want to label it, you just say no number, and yeah, it should take care of the compiler also. So here in the begin align star, I want to write the van der Monte matrix, as you know, and I want to write the determinant also. Slash determinant is the command for determinant of a matrix. I'll write now a matrix B matrix. So what is a van der Monte matrix? If anybody know? Can anybody tell me what is a van der Monte matrix? This is the matrix, I mean, you might have used in computing, right? So whose columns will be in geometric progression, right? So I mean, there are different kinds of van der Monte. Some rows are in geometric progression. So I'll use the column one. So in the first row, I'll get 1 and 1 and 1. So I want to write a general matrix, so I want to give dots. So how do you give dots after 2? The syntax is slash d dots. So this will give you down dots. If you want to give middle dots, use slash c dots. Okay. And at the end, I want 1. So let's see if this works. No, d dots is the diagonal dots, sorry, l dots. Yeah. So I get 1, 1, 1 until the last one. And then I'll write the first entry as A1, and then A2, dot, 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 and slash L dots, and then, and I want to write AN, right? I'll close this. Now, this will also go similarly at the bottom. So I should write slash V dots will give me vertical dots, and slash V dots will give me vertical dots, and I should give me D dots, so it will give me diagonal dots, and then again V dots. So you can see some nice structure coming up in this matrix now. Yeah, so this is an error because last line is empty. I should write something. So it will go in the geometric progression 1, A1 squared, A1 cube, something like this. So at the end, it will be A1 to the power n minus 1. And similarly, A2 to the power n minus 1. I have to put it on charge. Okay, I think it will go. Yeah, so A2 to the power n minus 1, and then use slash L dots A n to the power n minus 1, right? Okay, so this is the whole van der Monte matrix. As you know, each column will be a geometric progression of some number, right? So you know a very important property of this big matrix is its determinant will be just product of entries ai minus aj, product of differences ai minus aj. So I'll write this determinant of this matrix is equal to, I want to write prod, which will give me product, and at the bottom I want to write 1 slash leq, which will give me less equal sign, I, which is strictly less than j, then again leq n, right, because there are n entries, and what I want to make product is ai minus aj. That's all. Let it compile. Yeah. Now you can see the beautiful formula. Determinant of this van der Monte matrix is simply product of the entries ai minus aj for every I and j running from 1 to n, which are different, of course, otherwise it will be 0. Right? Yeah. So these are matrices. I think So yeah, any doubts until now in this environments? Yes. Okay, if not, let's. I will just give you one more syntax. So whenever you want to split a function, some functions are there which has different values on some domain, different values of on some other domain, something like this. How would you write this? Basic syntax. So I'll just tell you. So you write, let's say fx equals to. So I want to write fx equal to, then a squiggly bracket, one side something value for something, some domain, then some value for some domain. Right? So I will now use begin cases. This is another environment. So that's the reason this is in the environment section. So begin cases is one kind of environment. This will give you, as you can see, a squiggly brackets here in front of fx. And then you write, let's say I want to write the function 1. You put an ampersand here indicating x. Okay, this should be in maths. Yeah, already in maths. Okay, x in q. Okay, then bracket close, and then -1. And when x is in q complement, I won't write, but okay, I'll write otherwise. Okay, or I just want to write x does not belongs to q. Rationals and irrationals. Okay, I want to mention. Okay. So compiler doesn't understand what is /q as of now. Okay, the actual command is /bb and then inside q. This will give me the script. I mean the q that we want. Even now it doesn't compile because the the package is missing, which is AMS simp. Also, let's include AMS fonts. Yeah, so this is American Mathematical Society maths, and then American Mathematical Society symbols. These are the packages which kind of everyone need for using different mathematical symbols. Okay, so now you can see everything is clear. Fx is 1 when x is rational, fx is -1 when x is irrational, right? So this kind of thing you can use, but this is hectic to always write /math bb for whenever I want to write q or I want to write reals, right, naturals. So what you can use is you can make new command before begin document. In the preamble you can define new commands as you want, right? For example, now I'll define a declare math operator. This is a command which will give me a math operator. So in the first squiggly brackets you write the command that you want. For example, I write /q. So and then in the second you write what it will do. It will give me math bb of q. So this is the command that I want, right? So now let's go back here, and here if I now remove this, I'll just write /q, remove /q, and let's say yes. See, same output. X is irrational. X doesn't belongs to rational. So this is the way you can define different kinds of user-defined commands, reals, naturals, or any other command you want. For example, I work in group inverses generally, right? So there you define a hash in some sense, right? A raised to hash. So hash is a symbol which creates problem most of the time. You cannot directly write hash. So there, how will you write? So for example, I want to write. Okay, I'll write the sentence. The group inverse of a matrix A is denoted by. So I want to write A, and at the top I want to write, let's say, hash. If I write directly, let's see what happens. This will give me an error saying missing something inserted in our macro argument, because this hash thing will always create a problem in some way or the other. So you should be careful to use hash. So if I use a slash in front of it, this is fine, right? A raised to slash hash, right? So I mean, this also a good practice is to enclose the hash within some squiggly brackets. So this is thing which will be hectic for me if I am doing so much of work in group universals, because I want to apply this group universe on so many operators, so many functions, right? So then I'll make a new command here, slash declare math operator. I'll write slash hash, and then I will make it to do this operation, right? So it will do take the exponent and apply hash to it. And now if I go back and remove all this and then just write slash hash, let's see what happens. Yeah, it gave me the same output, right? A raised to hash. So now I can use this hash freely anywhere in my document. So there are some user defined commands that you can use. Okay, now let's dive into another big class of environments, new theorem environments. I'll write section new theorem environment. Okay, these are subsections. Okay. Okay, so when now these environments are for writing mathematical theorems, corollaries, and all, right? So how you should first go to the preamble, and then you should start with new theorem, something like new theorem, and here in the first squiggly bracket you write the code that you want, theorem, and here what it should display. It should display theorem. Okay. Now the new theorem environment is created. Then you go to your place. Now I'll create begin theorem. So this is the word that you want to type, right? How it is defined. So when I do this, let's say I'll just write let A be a linear operator. So it will now give me theorem 1, let A be a linear operator. Okay. And now I will make similar thing, new theorem, and I'll write COR for corollary. And I'll begin COR. Okay, I should make something. So the theorem says every integer is rational. Okay. Then corollary says every natural number is rational. Okay. So there is another environment which is pre-included, which are proof. So proof environments. Now if I say begin proof, so I'll just say refer to theorem /ref. So I should give some refer label to this theorem. Label theorem rationals. Then I'll refer this here. Yeah, it came theorem rationals, right? Okay, proof environment is not defined. Okay, now again some package is missing. theorem. Have used AMS math, begin proof. So let's see what is the error it's showing. Begin document ended by end proof. How? Okay, if I now it works. Okay, this is one. Yeah, this is one of the contents. Basically, what I did right now is I saw that this code is now creating some problem. What I did is I kind of commented it out, right? So I have selected all the text and I press the control question mark. It will put a percentage symbol in front of every line that will comment the whole text, so that the compiler won't take input from this text. Okay. So now let's see what is the problem with this begin proof. Document class article, graphics, AMS math, AMS sim. THR. Now sometimes even the compiler will create some problems. It's not always that the code is wrong, because AMS math is already included here. Everything is there. I think I should remove AMS font. Let's see. Still. So begin proof is ignored. So okay, this is the logs where I will get the errors and all. Begin and
Try to include, I guess, AMS theorem. I think that will work. AMS THM.
generally okay, let's say. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, AMS theorem is the one which is okay. So now, thank you, Priti. So now in the begin proof environment, you write refer to theorem rationals. Okay, so now this is the way to do it. Theorem, but now you see the numberings, right? So theorem has their independent numbering and corollary has independent numbering. But generally you don't want that. I mean, it's a choice how you want. But sometimes you want everything to follow the same numbering. For example, theorem 1, then corollary 2, then theorem 3, something like this. Right? So for that, you should use square bracket, as I said, optional command. Here it will follow the theorem numbering. Okay, this is the additional that I put. Let's remove. Yeah, now you can see it is theorem 1, then corollary 2, then let's say I'll make another theorem in THM. I'll write let's say pi is not integer, something like this. Yeah. So now it again took theorem 3 after corollary 2. There is no theorem 2, but it followed the same numbering. Another specialization you can do is you can give numbers according to sections, right? So now here I'm in section 1, so then it will follow numbering as 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 and all. Okay, so for that, in this begin theorem I should write section. Okay, and then it will give me the desired sections. Okay, yeah, okay, so now you can see 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Yeah, so now next subsection, this is about begin theorem environments. So there is nothing fancy about theorem and corollaries, right? You can write anything in the first bracket, that the command that you want to give, and in the second bracket the output that you want to be shown, right? So another is lemma, let's say example, remark, anything you can make in the same format. So next section I'll use is including let's say images, hyperlinks. Okay, hyperlinks. So first thing is I want to include some image. Okay, so for this you need a package first of all, which is called use package graphics, which is already used here, graphics. So you should input this package, use package graphics, and then let's say I'll first of all make it center, and then the syntax to import something is include graphics. So in the first bracket, this is the optional bracket, you write the size. For example, I write scale equals to let's say 0.1. Okay, so what this will do is the original picture, whatever it is, it will multiply it with 0.1, and it will scale it down to like 0.1 times, and then it will show. So what it will show is in the second bracket. So I don't have any image in this setup right now. What I will do is I should import. So there are options. There is an upload button, there is a new folder and new file. So in the upload button, I can just directly paste here any image from the PC, or I can choose from another project also. So in the overlay file, there will be several projects, right? So I can go and let's say I choose this project and I choose this image, something, then let's create. Okay, so this image is now imported in my text file. And now here also it will pop up, and then when I enter the image here, yeah, this is the image. Okay, so it is now nicely shown in the center because I have used the begin center environment. Then I can adjust, how much I want it, like 0.1, 0.2, anything. 0.2 will be bigger, I guess. Yeah, so 0.1 was better. Yeah, so you can basically use different kinds of say in the same setup you can include images, you can write text. In the next afternoon session we will see how to include tables. When you include tables, you can write text in one column, let's say, and images in the another column, or in tomorrow we'll see mini pages where you can use one page for text and another page for images and all, but in single page. It's a special feature which it's kind of a miniature page. You put two miniature pages in just one page. So there, this include images will be useful. So now next thing is So in text, for example, the advertisement of this whole workshop. If you remember there itself, I had mentioned the link for the link for the Google form, also the link for this meeting, this workshop, right? Google Meet link. So how to paste such links, the website links in your document. So the syntax, first of all, you have to use the hyperref, the package hyperref, and then you should use href. This is referencing. So it should be 2 brackets. In the first bracket, you should enter the link. So for example, yeah, I forgot mentioning, I will share this my document with all of you. I turn on link sharing. What I'll do is I'll copy the second link with which you can just click and see the whole file that I'm editing here. And in the second bracket, you write whatever you want to display there, right? So, okay, I haven't, I think, used the package. Yeah, no, I haven't. /use package hyperref. Yeah. Now you see, yeah, okay, there is some bracket thing. So for this, I use color links equals to true. Yeah, so now it is colored. You can basically specify the different colors and all, but this is the default color. So if you click on this link, now it will redirect you to this project. Yeah, where you cannot edit basically. I mean, I can edit now because it is my signed in thing. Now here you can see the whole draft, okay, as of now. So yeah, I'll also basically mention this link in the chat box if you want to go and see. Chat box. Yeah, I missed your command, Hanumant. Can you send whatever code you're writing in PDF format after comment? Yeah, okay. In code, basically, you're asking, right? Okay, code I can, I can send. So basically, this link, if you click, you will go for the code also and the PDF also. You get everything. You get both. Okay. So these are some very basic things that you will need. The next thing that we will start is tables and graph. I mean, basically plots. Okay. Yeah. So basically, there's some. I should use section. Okay, so these are different kinds of, again, fonting things. You can use /large, /capital large, or small, huge. So to avoid giving number I mean, I didn't want it day 1 to be a section, hence I just made it a title, day 01, and then then the next sections will follow. Introduction. In the introduction, we have seen text formatting and some mathematical symbols, formulas, packages, and then new environment. Okay. Yeah. So one more thing I want to point out is the standard PDF size is, I don't know, tricky. I don't like this size because it is very short in width. Also, it take too much space at the top. At the top also and at the bottom also, right? So if you want to correct it according to your needs, you should include package geometry. And inside geometry, now you can mention what borders you want. Okay. For example, I want left. So the left border to be, let's say 2 centimeter is okay. Let's say 2 centimeter. Then I want right border to be again 2 centimeter. Top I want very less. Let's say 1 centimeter, and then bottom I want 1.5 centimeter, so that the numberings will appear. Okay, so now you can see the whole format is changed. Now the everything is shifted to the left, because now the page became kind of large. You can write from the very left to the very right, because the borders are very less now. So this 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter means the borders are of that length now. You can see top is also just 1 centimeter is there left on the top. So basically for this presentation point of view, this is not good, because if I zoom in, then I have to all the time go here and there. So you can manage accordingly, basically. So I'll just say 1 centimeter left and 1 centimeter right. Yeah. Okay, this is a problem. I should make 3 centimeters in the left. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So it is basically preference, what you prefer. Also, I'll make 3 centimeter here. Yeah, now it is nicely centered. 3, 3, top 1 and bottom 1.5. Okay. Yeah, so this is all about introduction session, and I'll stop presenting. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So if you have any doubt or you want to discuss something, you can ask. Yes, we can. We'll meet again at 2 o'clock for the next session, tables and graphs. Thank you. Thank you. So the next session will be at 2 o'clock.